Welcome to another Isla's creation video. This is part of the beginner cross stitch series of making this thing. So if you want to see how I mark the cloth, which I've done here with a few dots to know where I'm going to start, check out the previous video. Now today, in this video, I don't know if you're watching it one by one, so it could be the same day. I'll teach you, I'll show you how I start my cross stitching. So I'm going to start over here. As I said in a previous video, you can start wherever you'd like and will feel more comfortable. Usually people start in the center, but I don't really do what's usual practice. Not on purpose, it's just how I am. So this is a new needle, pretty cool one. I actually have misplaced my other cross stitching needles, so it's good to have one. So we've got here some nice, it's a cool embroidery floss, whatever it's called. For beginners, I do recommend using the least amount of colours as possible until you just get used to stitching it, like 2 to 3. This is a very good beginner kit anyway. So those are the colours. I'm pretty sure that's light blue, medium blue, sky blue and navy blue. With cross stitching, you're probably going to be doing it on the road. I usually take it with me. So another way to organise your embroideries to get a card. You can even use it the one that you've got puncture holes. Just disclaimer, I actually haven't cross stitched in a while. I've been quite busy with other projects actually, and so I haven't really been cross stitching. So let's pretend it's kind of new to me as well. And what you can do, so I've got this kind of in the order as that. Put the light blue in here. Got the medium blue. This. Yeah, I'm not really editing these videos that much. I might do it if, I don't know. I don't actually have time to edit, so and I think this just shows you the whole process anyway. You can always skip forward if you want, don't really care. This is more to show you how things are done, how I do it, how I organise things. I'll just grab the navy blue, thread that through. So yeah, I learnt to do this with my actually very first project because they already had all the strings like this in a different spot. And that way you have them separate, they're not going to get tangled, and you just grab the strands that you need and that's it. And that way I don't have to constantly think of which colour's which because the key's up there and I've got it in the same order as well. Well, with the newest ones anyway. If you want, you can just write the number of the key as well. I know, you do you. So I'm just going to grab the medium. I have already created this habit of doing the outline of the picture first. If it's something like this, if you're doing like a portrait style sort of cross stitching, then this doesn't really have a border or outline. So, you know, I would change with that. But usually the stuff I do has borders. So I should say an outline. So I haven't actually cross stitched in a while. So I might make mistakes, that's very probable. you know, you learn from mistakes, and yeah, I guess. So my thing going down, I might go across here a little bit and then come back up and then come up here. I'm not sure yet. I kind of just wing it. I don't really plan that much. I plan where I'm going to start. I organize my threads. But when it comes to cross stitching, I've done it for so long that I don't think about it too much. As a beginner, maybe you should do a bit of planning. So my first stitches, I will just go down straight up. If it was me, I'd once I got here, I'd then decide whether or not I would continue. But I guess for demonstration purposes, I'll go down, I'll go up, and then I'll continue here. So when I go up to continue here, I want to make sure that my threads don't end up on that side. I want it to end up on that side. So you can just visually think about it. So if I put my needle in here, and if I come out from here, I'll then have to go across there, and then I'll be coming out there, going down, and then going there, going down. But you don't really have to think about going all the way down and up. If you're going to go here, there, then when you come back up, your needle is going to come out from there, and it's just going to cross there. So usually where you start your needle is usually where it's then going to come out of. Now, this is hard to do on camera. I usually have it very close to my face so I can see what I'm doing properly. So leaving a tail in the front, and going to stitch one way. I've already made error because I haven't put the tail through. But if that happens, you just lift the stitch a bit, bring the needle, and just kind of grab it like that, goes through, and okay, that's half of one. Now just keep having that tail there. Where is it? It's very difficult to do without having it close to my face because I can hardly see what I'm doing. I guess this is a good challenge. Now I'll hold the tail, so I don't want that to move. So here I've done these two, just half of it. Got 3 more to go down there, and that is plenty to hold on to this tail without having to do anything extra with it. One, two, three. Four. And 5. So I don't usually go back up, but I usually thread it like this just because it's easier for me. But if you were going to, or if you're not used to it, you can just go there and go to the back, put it there. There's more chance of the back tangling when you do that though, I find, from personal experience. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now before I go back on it, I'm going to cut this tail already. a little snip. Now I should really be careful with how much I snip off. Be aware of my tails because I have limited amount of thread. Fine with kits, usually they do give you plenty. And now I'm going to go back again. Actually, for beginners, I probably should just do it like this. So now we've done a cross. Make sure that looks like a cross. Yes, it does. I'm going to come up. Now while I'm doing this, I'm always feeling the back, what's happening. Because I don't want any knots there. Because once you get a knot back there, it's going to be a pain. So there's that there. To cross it, I have to go here. As you can see, the tail is now getting hidden. Sometimes I poke the back blind, doing this. It's not really working because I'm going through the thread. And then when you're more confident, you can then just do it all in the front. That will save a bit of time doing that. That's another cross. And another cross. And then crossing this one. So I have to make note that the top cross, or the one that goes on top, is from bottom left to top right, and I want to have all my stitches go in that direction. So that's the next step. So now there's going to be one next door. So that I'm coming down here, it's right next to it. If it had been there, I would have gone. So this stitch is next door, so I'll start down there because I've just put the stitch in from up there, so obviously I can't come out from there. But if it was a stitch up here, I would have brought the needle up from there. I hope this is making sense. Now I'm going to just stitch until I think there's not going to be enough line. But sometimes if I have any one spots like this, I will just finish it off. So there's that one. So I can either just do the half stitches and then come back to it. But with this one, because the next one comes on top of that, I might as well just finish the stitch off. So again, that stitch has to be on top. So I'm going to go underneath before I stab that one. Then I'm going to come up here because that's where the next stitch is going to start. Now I can finish off this cross because I can, and with the direction of the line, always be attentive for where the line goes. But when I do this one, I can't go back or else I can't continue, and I just want to continue with the same thread as much as I can. If that's like skipping around, I will do that. I don't really do things in any particular order. My task is to thread the needle as little as possible. So I'm going to continue on cross stitching this in the next video. Hopefully this hasn't been too long, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.